Okay, so what time is it? Because Lorelai has already had 5 cups of coffee, but Rory is nowhere to be seen. The Gilmore Girls pilot is one of the most charming first episodes of television ever. It sets up the world, the tone, and the mother daughter dynamic with ridiculous ease. But I've watched it too many times, and now I can't stop asking questions. The kind of questions that make you pause the episode and go, wait, what's actually going on here? And I've talked about this to anyone and everyone who will listen, so now it's your turn. Hi, welcome to Elle of Lore, where today we're entering the rabbit hole that is the Gilmore Girls pilot. Bring coffee, bring snacks, let's overthink this together. So what time is it? Lorelai says she's already had 5 cups of coffee. That's a little alarming, but totally believable. What's more confusing is where is Rory? School hasn't started for the day, and Lorelai is out and about, so why are they apart? Is Rory still asleep? At Lane's? Writing letters? We'll get there. Yes, it's probably just for the reveal, the one that you can't escape from the Netflix trailer.
You know, I am traveling with a friend.
She's 16.
Bye.
Drive safe.
But still, I'm watching with intention now. Why is there a harp player at the inn? I love Drella. I love that it's Alex Borstein, but why is there a harpist? Was this Lorelai's idea? Did she see it in a TV show or movie and decide it had to happen? Was there a harpist clause from Mia? Was this normal for inns in 2000? Like, was harp music a hospitality trend I missed? I've been to several inns over the years, decades even, and never once a harpist. A pianist, sure. I even remember a grocery store once having a pianist, but never a harpist. Why does Rory need stamps? So Rory asked to take stamps from the inn. But for what? Who is she mailing? Her father? Does she have a long-distance pen pal? I had one of those way back in the 90s, and that should totally make a comeback. By the way, I am raising these questions as they come to me from watching the pilot, so the order might be a little chaotic, but hey, that's what this channel is going to be. So where's Mr. Kim? You knew I had to ask this question. Lane mentions her parents, but where's Mr. Kim? Is he in the attic? Basement? Is he still in Korea? Is he just so against pop culture that he refused to appear on the WB? This is not just a pilot question, of course. This is an eternal Gilmore Girls question. And while we got everything and more from Mrs. Kim, I still wonder about Lane's dad. Speaking of Mrs. Kim, though, why does Mrs. Kim hate Rory so much? Okay, yes, Mrs. Kim is strict, religious, traditional, and Lorelai had Rory at 16, out of wedlock, which obviously clashes with Mrs. Kim's worldview, blah blah blah. But a lot of time has passed, and Rory's polite, studious, respectful, for the most part.
How was school? None of the girls get pregnant, drop out?
Nothing we know of. Though come to think of it, Joanna Posner was glowing a little.
What?
Nothing, Mama. She's just kidding.
Boys don't like funny girls.
Noted.
So is it that Rory represents Lorelai, a bad influence on Lane? Or is it that Rory is too modern, too secular, and that's the real threat? Why didn't Rory get into Chilton earlier? It's mid-September, I think. Another question. We know it is September because that is said, but Rory suddenly gets in. So, did someone drop out, get expelled? What happened there? Did they only apply to Chilton? Were there no other options? From watching the series a million times, I know Lorelai went to a different school. So were there no other private schools around Hartford? I find that so hard to believe. And while we're talking about Chilton, this is the big one that haunts me. What was Lorelai's plan for tuition? Lorelai gets the acceptance letter and immediately tries to negotiate. No financial aid lined up. I mean, is that a thing for private schools? Did she think she'd manifest the money? Did she just hope Chilton would let her do an installment plan without asking? Certainly tuition fees would have been available with the application. She had to know there would be a lot of zeros in those fees too. And Suki immediately suggests her parents.
You know, you might consider calling your but I don't think
Stop.
you have... You can at least go and... Okay, can I say one more thing? I think it's your only option.
So had Lorelai considered that at some point? That she could turn to them for help for Rory? And Emily and Richard don't just cover the initial fees, they pay for all of it. With Rory's high grades, you think there'd be some kind of scholarship or something, but I really am not familiar with the American private school system, so please let me know if you are and you know any of the ins and outs. And of course, Richard and Emily. When did Lorelai last speak to her parents? Emily says that they only see each other on holidays.
Is it Easter already?
Hi, Dad.
What is it? Christmas already?
Thanksgiving. But beyond that, 4th of July, maybe a barbecue. Has Emily tried calling and speaking to Lorelai or even just Rory, or did she and Richard just end up letting it be and only inviting them for special events? Have there been other times Lorelai's asked for help? Because Richard's tone suggests that this isn't the first time she's come knocking.
Well, actually, I came here for a reason. Dad, would you mind sitting down for a minute?
You need money.
I have a situation.
You need money. So, you need money.
And yet it's also clearly something Lorelai struggles with doing. The first Friday night dinner is extremely tense, and Lorelai gets insulted by both her parents.
Very talented man, your father.
She knows.
He always was a smart one, that boy. You must take after him.
Well, I wasn't too proud to come here to you two begging for money for my kid's school, was I?
No, you certainly weren't. But you're too proud to let it know where you got it from, aren't you? Well, fine. You have your precious pride, and I have my weekly dinners. Isn't that nice? We both win.
Were they always so outwardly rude, or has this developed because of the years of separation? I told you, I've thought about this way too much. Okay, moving away from the family stuff. Was Dean Rory's first crush? She's flustered, awkward, and kind of obsessed from the second he speaks.
Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great movie. You got good taste.
Which is sweet, but also kind of wild, because Rory is so calm and logical in the first half of the episode, and suddenly she's ready to throw away Chilton for a guy who watches her read from afar.
Hey, how did you know I was reading Moby Dick?
Well, I've been watching you.
Watching me?
I mean,
I don't understand why we're going to dinner tomorrow night. I mean, what if I had plans? You didn't even ask me.
Well, if you'd had plans, I would have known.
How?
Well, you would have told me.
I don't tell you everything. I have my own things.
Fine, you have things.
That's right, I have things.
Hey, I had dibs on being the bitch tonight.
Just to know.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Was that Rory and Lorelai's first real fight? The conversation is so tense. They're both saying things they regret. Was this their first real blow-up? They're usually so close, so in sync, but here's a moment where they're totally out of alignment. We're told it's out of character.
It's a fight. Mothers and daughters fight.
No, we don't fight. We never fight.
But is it? Because we see the real Rory more than the version we hear about from others. And why won't Rory talk about Dean? She's 16, Lorelai's her best friend, but the moment Dean comes up, Rory clams up. Why? Is she embarrassed? Afraid her mom won't approve? Is she starting to want something that Lorelai might not be able to fully understand? Is it just teen privacy kicking in? Or is it something deeper? Something about change and identity and pulling away? Is she afraid of becoming her mother? Even though, as she says...
I can't stand it. This is so unhealthy. Rory, please, put down that cup of coffee. You do not want to grow up to be like your mom.
Sorry. Too late.
So these are the questions that haunt me. I am aware that most of them don't matter. I'm also aware that I will continue to think about them anyway. If you have your own questions about the pilot, or, actual answers, or even theories to any of mine, please drop them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and spiral along with me. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.